So talk a little bit about Google's M&A strategy. There have been a few deals that you've done that have been front page news, but the majority are not. So talk us through that.
Sure. We've been executing on the same M&A strategy since 2004. And as you mentioned, the bulk of the acquisitions that we do are, kind of 10 to 15 people. It's not that these people don't actually give outsized results. That's kind of what we're expecting. We're looking for people, who will change the world, but can uniquely do it, kind of with our support. In 2004, we acquired Keyhole, which was Google Earth, which was a 32-person company, and we acquired Where2, which was a 2-person mapping company, which had just figured out how to use Ajax. And those two companies, the teams of those two companies worked together to create Google Maps, which was, really our first major step out and successful product extension beyond search. What I find most interesting and exciting about that acquisition and so many of the acquisitions that we've done is that most of those people are still at Google. So, and this 2004, and it's 2011, that's 7 years. John Hankey, who was the CEO, still works at Google. For 6 of those 7 years, he just recently took on a new project, but for 6 of those years, he led the mapping efforts.
What do you do that allows you to attract these talented people and retain them?
As an entrepreneur, you need to constantly be promoting your vision. And, at Google, you kind of need to constantly be promoting your vision, no matter what product you're trying to build.
Within Google?
Within Google.
So there's a constant Darwinian process
It's the real world.
Yeah.
It's like the real world. And your vision needs to be big to attract other people to work on it.
Do you have a roadmap and you're looking for deals to fit it, or do you find companies or teams and see if there's a roadmap that matches their vision that can work within Google?
Yeah, so again, I guess I go back to my roots as an entrepreneur to give you the answer. You make your own luck. You need to open a lot of doors. Like a lot of times when I was doing business development deals in a small company and you'd have like 8 or 10 developers, and you'd say, okay, that business development deal is going to take 1 or 2 development months. You're pretty nervous about allocating the resources to that deal. Google made a lot of those types of decisions, and now we have the scale to make many more of them.
When you're looking at a transaction, are you thinking people first, technology first, TAM, total available market first? How do you think about it? How do you prioritize what's important to Google?
Yeah. Well, I'll just, kind of question the assumption. They kind of just to start, they actually are intended to be needle movers. It's just not obvious that they will be able to do that. That's where the intuition comes. So let's just take the YouTube transaction. That was, YouTube was doing pretty well, but it was a pretty small company when we acquired it. They had a lot of kind of issues on the IP side, infrastructure side. There was no advertising model. It wasn't obvious that that was going to be a huge needle mover, and you had to make a number of gut decisions around that transaction. Like, can we solve the IP issues? Can we figure out a way to monetize? And is this, does this company, which kind of seems to have some traction, really have escape velocity? And so, kind of needle movers actually don't always appear to be needle movers at the time. I can tell you when we did Android, no one thought that was a needle mover, and now I almost don't know where we would be without it.
Interesting. I mean, we've got a bunch of entrepreneurs in the room here, and you've talked about the fact that you're actually interested in teams and high-quality people and ideas. So, how does someone get your attention?
Yeah, that's a common question. And as an entrepreneur, I really appreciate how hard it is trying to connect with large companies. And, Google probably is, kind of very similar. When people connect with me, I try and just give them an answer, yes or no. That, and as quick as I can get an answer to an entrepreneur is kind of, how I measure success. And, it's 99% of the time it's no, but you just want to check. And because I'm checking all the time, there's like a certain pattern recognition. I know what the organization is thinking, even if it's changing month to month. And so, I get a lot of inbound email, and we manage it. My attitude is I, kind of recommend to do what I did as an entrepreneur. Talk to everybody and try and get a quick answer.